Awesome, sorry about that. Thank you. Everyone knows the story of Little Red Riding Hood. The girl with the unfortunate name and the inability to tell the difference between her grandmother and a member of a different species. Well, if you look at Little Red Riding Hood, it's the perfect example of the exact opposite of a good story. All versions start with a mother who sends her daughter into the woods, where there's not only a wolf, but a talking, cross-dressing wolf. But apparently, Little Red's mother hasn't noticed this. So, Mother tells Little Red not to tarry or to talk to strangers. Yeah, not talking. That'll be a big help against man-eating wolves. Maybe Mother's trying to get rid of Little Red. Maybe this is the same mom who tried to lose Hansel and Gretel in the woods. Little Red's peculiar name might shed some more light on this subject. I can just picture the mother and the father saying, "Geez Louise, you named our first kid Hansel. What? You named our second kid Gretel?" True. "I'm not letting you name any more kids." "Oh, that's fine, dear. We'll just name our last daughter after an article of clothing." And how would you feel if your parents called you little blue plaid Catholic school uniform or a little green sweatshirt with the hole in the elbow? And what happened later in life, when Little Red was no longer little? Did she shift to size large? And yes, that does make your derriere look enormous jeans. We don't know enough about her to say. It's hard to determine the theme of Little Red Riding Hood. Don't go into the woods. Don't talk to animals that are capable of talking back. And if you're gonna make fun of your grandmother, make sure it truly is your grandmother and not a wolf who likes to dress in old lady's clothes. However you look at it, Little Red Riding Hood is a strange and disturbing story that should probably not be shared with children. But we're going to share it anyway! We present our edited version of a classic children's folktale, Cloaked in Red, and the Granddaughter, by Vivian Vandervelde, starring the dumb-witted blonde girl who is color coordinated, Little Red Riding Hood, the stereotypical German woodcutter, Bob, and the sweet, oblivious senior citizen, Granny, and the talking animal that everyone thinks is really a bad guy because he happens to be a carnivorous animal, the wolf. But you're not scary. Once upon a time, in a land where animals could speak, and people could understand them. Well, hi there! There lived an old woman whose best friend was a wolf. And since they're best friends, they told each other everything. One of the things that Granny told the wolf while they were sipping tea one day is that she dreaded visits from her granddaughter, Little Red. "I dread visits from my granddaughter, Little Red." "Well, children can't be children. I'm sure she can't be all that bad." "You're she. You haven't seen Little Red since she was a tiny baby who couldn't even talk. But now she's old enough her mother lets her come on her own through the woods to visit me." "Oh, lucky you." "Lucky me?" The wolf didn't visit Granny for nearly a week. He was off in another section of the forest, advising 3 little pigs in home construction. After he came back, he was walking through the woods leading to Grandmother's house when he saw a little girl dressed all in red. He recognized her immediately from the picture Granny kept in her mantle. "Hello, you must be Little Red." "Don't call me that. I'm Little Red Riding Hood." Little Red Riding Hood is what you're wearing. It's not really a name. It's my stage name. I'm going to be a famous actress one day, and when I do, all the clothes I wear will be red velvet. It'll be my trademark. And I'm performing theaters that have red velvet seats, and all the coaches I travel in will have red velvet cushions and... Well, I must introduce myself. I know who you are. Yes, you're that wolf who's my grandmother's friend. Yes, I noticed the scratch marks she left on her hardwood floors. I mean, I don't know how she does that. I mean, having a non-human friend is one thing, but having a friend who leaves scratches and dings on the floors of furniture, it just makes the whole house look shabby is another. After all, I have an image to maintain for my fans. Little Red called for another breath, but by then the wolf's head was spinning. He was just opening his mouth first, but he wasn't fast enough. Little Red started telling him about other products that her mother used around the home, and once she started, he wasn't able to get a word in edgewise. Within a few minutes, the wolf was thinking he was in serious danger of being bored to death. But then he thought of poor Granny. She had to be warned. Luckily, he knew a shortcut. My gosh, look at the time. I had no idea it was this late. Well, it was really nice meeting you. Goodbye. Granny! Open up, she's coming! Oh my gosh! Granny! I know what you mean. Quick, get dressed. There's still time to escape out the back door.
I can't. She gave me her coat, and now I'm too sick to leave. I hoped her mother wouldn't let her come again today. What am I going to do?
Tell her she can't come in.
You can't say that to family.
Here.
Thank you.
You keep it.
I can't face her. She'll tell me it isn't a cold and I'm sneezing sorry down in my house. Can you believe she told me my house was one huge dust trap?
Yeah, I believe it.
I'm hiding in the closet. Tell me when it's safe to come out again.
Something has to be done about this little girl, or she'll never leave. Grabbing a spare 19 nightcap out of the chest at the foot of the bed, Wolf leapt in Granny's bed and pulled the covers up to her chinny chin chin, just as Little Red burst in without knocking or waiting for an invitation.
What are you doing here?
I'm your
grandmother. I'm with you.
You're not Granny. You're that rude wolf.
I am your grandmother.
No, you're not.
I am ready. I am here. I'm feeling much better today, but still very contagious. Why don't you set the basket of goodies down on the side table and go back home?
Little Red set the basket of goodies down on the floor and picked up a wooden spoon in which Granny had been eating a bowl of oatmeal and approached the bed. If you're Granny, then why do you have such big hairy arms? The better to hear you with, my dear. And if you're Granny, why do you have such big hairy ears? The better to hug you with, my dear. And if you're Granny, then why do you have such big sharp teeth? The better to eat you with. Ah! He didn't mean it, of course. He was angry, but not angry enough to eat his best friend's granddaughter. And as he jumped out of bed, intending only to frighten Little Red, his back legs caught on the covers, and he had fell on her. Landing heavily on the floor, Little Red Riding Hood began to scream.
Ah!
Loudly. Ah! Very loudly. Oh! Extremely loudly.
And ruin my stunning speaking voice?
Never mind. Little Red scrambled backwards, knocked over the wooden chair, all the while hacking away at the wolf with the wooden spoon. Granny, hearing all the commotion, tried to open the closet door, but a tip chair had fallen in the way. She was sure an intruder had come into the house and was killing both our best friend and her granddaughter. Knowing there were woodcutters nearby, she began to scream for help.
Help! Help!
One of the woodcutters, a German named Bob, heard her. Bob shifted his axe to his left hand and swiping up his hunting musket, he took off running across Granny's yard. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Troy opened the front door. Bob saw the snarling wolf dressed in Granny's nightclothes. He soon worked to find a musket. At the wolf. Just he stepped on Red's basket of goodies. The bullet missed the wolf and shattered the bowl of oatmeal on the night table. Bob dropped the musket, switching the axe back to his right hand, at the same time pulling Little Red out of the way, began to swing his axe at the wolf. Just as Granny emerged from the closet door. There was a moment of stunned silence. The wolf stopped struggling against the tangled bedsheets. Even Little Red stopped screaming.
Granny?
And then Granny said,
What in the world did you do that for, Bob? These cabinets are irreplaceable. There's a giant axe embedded in there.
"You dusty governed half wolf slab!"
What? Siri, translation.
I thought the wolf ate you. I was trying to rescue your granddaughter.
Well, some rescue. First you barge in here, tracking your muddy boots all over the floor, which I know isn't in very good shape to begin with, Granny being the indifferent housekeeper that she is. Believe me, when I'm a famous actress, I'll hire a maid to give her a hand, because heaven knows she isn't getting any younger. But you call this a rescue?
The wolf saw that the food was surprisingly undamaged. He, Granny, and Bob all looked at one another. They looked at the basket of goodies on the floor. They looked at me too. There was only one thing they could do.
Oh, no, what other thing they could do? Let's lock Little Red in the closet.
Jag ska ha en underbyggare!
Let's go have a